second vlog, 7th of March. I hope this is better than the first one, which I think was a complete disaster. I might start giggling because my daughter is sitting over there. And if she looks over at me, I will probably start laughing or become very self-conscious of myself. Feeling very good today, a run, and I'm going to keep pushing through all the ums. It's the only way I'm going to improve at this, just keep going. Feeling good, had a run this morning. The normal run is 10k, and I'm 3 10k runs a week, and not showing off. There is a point that I'm making here. About 10 months ago, the idea of doing any running in particular was completely anathema to me. I was cycling, very half-hearted and not really pushing myself. That was the most of my exercise was stretching my arm like this and flipping the channels to get the right football channel. And I took up running and was barely able to do 300 metres. I could do more than 300 metres, I'm sure, but I don't know, was it my mind just wanted me to stop, or it just wasn't in my heart? I think it's what's in your heart that makes you do it. I mean, we talk about mind over matter, but I actually think it's the brain, it's the mind that's telling you to stop, but it's what's in your heart enables you either to keep going or to stop. So normally each run 10k, today 18, 9k from Ra'anana to Herzliya Batuach with my wife. And those of you who know the route will know that that is not a difficult route. It's mostly downhill. And we stopped, we had breakfast when we got there, and then ran back. And as it's predominantly downhill on the way there, it is no surprise, it's predominantly uphill on the way back. And we left at around about 11:30, so nearly midday, sun beating down, it was hot, and running uphill, it was very difficult. And I just kept going, and you can, I'm listening to my music, and I'm trying to keep my mind off what I'm doing. Trying to concentrate on anything but the running, but sometimes it's difficult, and my mind, is switching over to exactly what I'm doing. You can see the path right ahead of you, and you're just thinking, oh, how am I going to be able to do that? And, my mind is telling me, stop, you're exhausted, stop and walk. But I just keep going and keep going and keep going. And what I'm getting out of that is not just the cardio stuff and all that stuff that is good for me, but it's the boost of my self-confidence. I am determined to keep going. And this morning I was determined to keep going, and I was pushing. And bear in mind, this is, 8 with a breakfast in the middle. This is 18k, and it's hot, and it's uphill, and I'm pushing. And just determined not to stop and to keep going, knowing that if I stop, I'll be really upset. And I got back and just felt great and absolutely buzzing. It's a great boost to my self-confidence because I'm proving to myself that when I am out of my comfort zone, when things are difficult, and when my brain is telling me to stop, that if what's in my heart, if I am absolutely determined, and I said to Yaf, I said to my wife this morning, I said that if people aren't runners, or they're not, I think there's something about running, but if they're not in some sort of sport or endurance where you've got to keep pushing yourself, and you are really at your limit, or you think in some ways you're at your limit, it's difficult to explain to people what sort of things are going on in your mind and in your heart that make you keep going. And it's when I've done that, and when I got back home and just felt great and was absolutely buzzing and thought, I could have just kept running, and I could have kept running, and it's a great boost to my self-confidence, and it makes me think, what else can you do? And I think there's just a lesson in there, is to step out of your comfort zone and push yourself and it's just incredible, what you can do. So feeling good. That was a good morning. So that's it. I'm going to play this back now, and I'm going to hope that it's better than the first one was. And if I don't see you before, I hope you. If I don't see you before the end of the week, I hope you have a good week. And I suppose if I do see you again during this week, I still hope you're going to have a good week. So I will hopefully see you soon. Have a good one.